Virgo, I'm Ellie with PsychicFuture.com and this is your horoscope from the 2nd to the 8th of July. So you might have noticed that this week I'm indoors, and that is because it is absolutely pouring with rain outside and it has been for days. But this is actually very reflective of what's going on in the stars this week, because we've got a lot of inner work to get through, and actually it might be an idea to take some time inside to really focus on this stuff. So what we've got happening is Chiron, who's the wounded healer, is stationing retrograde. So what we mean by the wounded healer is that it represents the place in your past where you've been hurt the most that still continues to affect you as an adult. So for example, for you, Virgo, you want to focus on any time perhaps in your childhood that you felt like you were giving and not receiving the same. So, for example, it might be that perhaps you had a friend who you were trying to, be friends with, and that they weren't giving the same back to you, or perhaps even a little bit later on in life, it was a relationship that you felt like you were giving your all to, and that you weren't actually getting back what you deserved. So these are things that you need to pinpoint in your life to figure out what is actually making you feel maybe a little bit of resentment. Maybe that when you put your all into something that you don't get it back. These kind of actual events in your life will illuminate how you feel right now. And actually when we start to focus on these things and we realise what has made us feel like that nowadays, then actually we can begin to heal them without really doing anything apart from just acknowledging these things that made us feel like that. So that's the wounded side of things. And then you've got the flip side, which is the healer. So what the wounded healer actually means is that once we've worked out where our wounds are, then we can begin to help other people and to help heal those in that same area. So for you, maybe try this week to realise that when you give to people, you are receiving, but perhaps you might be giving to the wrong people, or perhaps you might not be quite open enough to receiving. Perhaps you feel like you don't deserve to receive, so you actually block yourself from receiving things from other people. So if you go out of your way to make sure that you're giving freely without expecting anything in return, and that you're giving to the right people, and maybe even go out of your way to help animals or to help children or to do some charity work or something like this where you're giving of yourself, then actually what you receive is a feeling of compassion and a feeling of happiness, and that is your reward for giving. So if you can do that, then actually this whole process will start to trigger healing in yourself and in other people, and it'll start to make you feel a lot more confident, and it'll start to make you feel a lot more compassionate and a lot more deserving of receiving the same as what you give out. So have a good week with that, Virgo. I wish you all the strength in this deep inner work, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next week.